Hey guys, this is Chris from Empire Bricks and welcome to yet another LEGO Star Wars set review. Today we're having a look at set 7124, the Flash Speeder. It was released in the year 2000. It comes with 106 pieces, has one minifigure, and it originally retailed for $10. So a very classic set, one of the first sets of the whole LEGO Star Wars range. Very happy to be able to review this, and let's start with the one and only minifigure that is included in this set. So this is actually before the flesh-colored minifigure, so it still has a yellow head, and everything about this figure screams classic. This one is a Naboo security guard. It has some old dark brown pants and torso and a hat, so not the newer reddish brown and or dark brown that we have now. It has 10 arms. The whole thing is very simple, no backprinting at all. Just a very simple printing in the front, but still, I think the color scheme and everything makes it look very Naboo to me. The head itself is just a yellow smiley head, as you can see. There is no secondary face, although I think with the other figures there would have been no secondary face either, because the hat just doesn't allow it. And this minifigure comes with one pair of binoculars, which is still in the older dark gray color, not the dark bluish gray that we know now. So very cool figure, just one for this set. Let's move on to the actual ship, the Flash Speeder. And the whole review of this set, it kind of asks for a comparison, but I think that is a little bit unfair to compare this with the newer version, so I'll try to be as objective as I can and judge this by the standards of the year 2000. Because, of course, the newer set is much bigger, more complicated, and it looks better. But still, I think that for the year 2000, with the pieces of 2000, they did an awesome job in making a very recognizable ship out of this set. And there's actually some stuff going on. So first of all, the pieces. There's lots of rounded green pieces, so these are pretty rare. This piece over here is actually one big front piece. The whole speeder itself has a few printed pieces. So there's the console over there. This is an older printed piece that has been used in Lego City sets as well. But if you look very closely, then you can actually see that there is a 1x1 tile with a print, and there's one over here. And they're placed in an asymmetrical way, which I think is very, very nice. It makes the whole thing look a little bit more realistic if not everything is exactly symmetrical. So there is actually some printed pieces. That's very cool. The speeder itself has place for two minifigures, and quite spaciously, I might add. If you really want to, you could actually stand one or maybe even two other minifigures behind them, and there's even room for figures to sit on here. So a relatively small speeder, but it has a lot of space, especially if you compare to the sand speeders that we know from that era that are much, much smaller. So these are supposed to be what I guess are the engines, even though in the newer Flash Speeder these are actually weaponized, but they just should be engines. On top we find a rotating laser gun, which is just a simple camera piece with a bar attached. No stud shooters, no flick fire missiles, just your imagination. And underneath that we can actually find somewhat of a cargo compartment, which, as the set suggests, is meant to be for the binocular piece that comes with the minifigure. So if we take that off for just a second, just now took his arm off. Let's see. Okay, so put his hand back on, and if we open it up, you can actually see that this will easily fit in here, and it could hold multiple blasters. This is actually a pretty big space in here. It could hold a lightsaber if you wanted to. If you take the hilt off the blade, that would be no problem at all. Last thing is underneath, to give the idea of levitation, or to make it look like this thing is floating, it has some inverted round curved tiles on the bottom. So the whole thing is kind of, it floats. So putting the minifigure back over here, having an overall look at the set, I think that for a set that is from the year 2000, this is actually a very, very good set. It has a lot of stuff going on, especially if you think that this one is only 106 pieces, which includes 4 pieces for the minifigure. So that makes the whole thing just 102 pieces. And it is a pretty big build, and it looks pretty decent. I mean, there are microfighters that have less pieces or more pieces and do less with that. So I'm very happy with this set. I think, yes, the newer one is of course better, but that one is also much more expensive. And this one could actually be used in mocks that you would build today and not look bad. So overall, I'm very happy. I would say that, you know, the biggest pro of this set is that it offers a lot of space, you know, on and in the speeder. Maybe the biggest downside is that it only has one minifigure. Would have been nice if it would have had one Gungan or maybe one battle droid to fight against, because now you don't have anybody to fight with the flash speeder. So that's it for this review. I really hope you liked it. If you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.